Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee in the Cloud. I'm Caruana, I'm your host today, and I want to talk a little bit about self-care and how it can improve our productivity. This is an important topic, especially for folks out there who are champions, trainers, IT professionals, and managers. It's been important for us to find new ways to be productive, but also to fend off some of the stress and fatigue that has come during this time as we've learned how to adapt to our new reality of hybrid work. So let's talk about some of the strategies for this. There's been a theme that we've seen recently, and frankly, it was already happening before the pandemic came and changed our lives so dramatically. And that theme was about transformation. We had new business challenges, new challenges in attaining great morale with our staff, making sure we're investing in them and getting the right talent that was necessary to drive our business objectives forward. Then came this great disruption that we've all been dealing with and the associated fatigue. I'm recording this in December of 2021, and yes, we are still dealing with the pandemic. And that means all of us are still under this cloud of disruption and fatigue that we're having to deal with, and so are our employees. It's really important here at the end of the year that we take a moment to address some of these things with what I call the 3 R's. The 3 R's are necessary for all of us to unplug and recharge. You can do this at the end of the year, but you can also do it once a quarter or once a month. I find it an incredibly valuable process so that I can pull away from the pressures of day-to-day tasks, whether it's work or family, and really allow my brain to rest. There's a lot of research available about your brain's need to have time to recover. And that recovery happens during your day, but also over longer periods of time. It's essential for us to learn and be creative, that we find ways to relax. And that looks different for everyone. Some people find physical activity relaxing. Some people like to meditate, like me. Other people like a combination of both. Whatever you do, it's important for you to understand that relaxation and rest are not optional activities, especially not now with all the transformation, disruption, and fatigue that we've been dealing with. They're absolutely essential to our ability to step back and see our current situation through different eyes. For me as a leader, I know that when I don't rest and relax, I don't show up as well for my team. I'm not as able to actively listen to them. I'm not engaged from an empathetic perspective because that fatigue brings out more of my analytical side in just reacting to situations rather than responding. So it's very important that you build this into your routine, especially if you're a people manager, because it also gives you time to reflect. Reflection is when you get an opportunity to really evaluate what's gone well, what could go better, and what would you do differently. This is important whether you're preparing for a review or if you're doing a retrospective like we do in Agile Product Management. In any case, the 3 R's are essential. As you think about this, I hope you're thinking about offline activities. It's important to step away from the technology. That really gives you a fresh perspective about how you're using it and why. But when you come back to the technology, there's some great ways that I use that I wanted to share to document some of the insights I get from the reflection that I do. Now, of course, you can use any tool you want, and I'm a big proponent of actual pen to paper. I do a lot of writing physically, and that helps me be creative. But sometimes I want to create a digital artifact that I can then share with my team. Reflections are a powerful way to alter your leadership style with people, to really become more vulnerable, more open, and help people understand what you're thinking about. That's usually what most of our team members want to know. So here I am in Microsoft Whiteboard. This is one of my favorite tools that I use for this sort of reflection. If you're in the preview mode, you can hit the plus here to insert an artifact and use these wonderful templates. Templates are a fantastic way of having the whiteboard automatically structure your experience. You can see that you have brainstorming, a Kanban board that's built in, but look, there's one already built for a retrospective, so I'm going to select that. Now, this retrospective template gives us the ability to really document in a visual way what really went well, what could have gone better, and what we might want to do differently. This is really the heart of what a retrospective is about. And again, this is very common in Agile product management, where you're reviewing these at each sprint. But I'm a big fan of doing this for other programs and processes. It just gives you an opportunity to write down in fast ways what happens. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to write down a couple of items. What went well? Launch. Planning. And what do I want to do differently? I want to coordinate with my stakeholders more closely. That's an area that we can improve on. So I have this as a private whiteboard right now, but I can also hit this button up here and invite other people to it. I often do this in team building exercises. People can insert their own information. So if I just click on Jessie here, I'm able to invite her to this whiteboard and she can add her thoughts to the process. Whiteboards can be extended by pinning them inside of Microsoft Teams, using them live in team meetings, and they're a fantastic collaboration tool. There's a lot more great features that are going to be coming in whiteboards in the near future. So if you're not using it today, I highly recommend it as a way to capture your own thoughts from the retrospective and reflection stage of the 3 R's, but also share that information with your team and allow your team to share their thoughts so that we can all know each other better and drive better alignment on our teams. As you think about the 3 R's of rest, relaxation, and reflection, make sure that you're building this process of self-care into what makes you a great leader. And remember, being a leader is not about your title. We're all leaders in our own way, in our work groups, in our families, and beyond. I'm Caruana Gatimu, Microsoft and Coffee in the Cloud. That's my insights for today. I hope you enjoyed them. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you soon.